Hey guys, and welcome to Ecology Story Mode. Today I want to talk about AmeriCorps programs and not only the pay that you're going to get if you do an AmeriCorps program, but also some of the job benefits that you're going to get, or maybe even college benefits for when you get out of a program. Now, AmeriCorps programs are a huge commitment. You can do anywhere from 13 weeks to 13 months. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you're probably not going to get super rich from doing AmeriCorps. If you enter the program broke, you're probably going to leave broke, but I think that it's important if you make this big of a commitment to have some sort of plan on the other side. Whether you have specific jobs you want to get into after AmeriCorps, or you're just using this as a way to jumpstart ideas for what you could do in the future. Now, in each program, you're going to get that Siegel reward at the end of the program, where you're going to get anywhere from $1,000 to almost $7,000, depending on the length of time that your program actually is. However, the amount of money that you're going to be getting in each program, the amount of job opportunities that each program is going to open up is going to be different. And that's what we're going to focus on here. Now, the first program that I want to talk about, which is the one that I'm an alumni of, class 25A, the logo is here somewhere. It's not a program that's going to pay you a lot. If you're somebody that does SNAP and just does a core member year, you're going to make about $500 a month in your pocket. And if you decide to apply as a team leader, which is something that you really do not need much experience to do, so unless you're uncomfortable, I would recommend doing this. You're going to make closer to $1,000 a month. The educational award for everybody at the end of the program, though, is always going to be that full Siegel award, which is going to be, I think it's currently 6.5K, but it just goes up each year, so it's probably going to be 7K in a year or two. A unique benefit with this program is that you can get 6 college credits while you're actually doing the program, and you don't have to take huge full courses. There's essentially these simple criterias that have to do with service learning, and you get free college credits. While the pay is not very great for this, a real upside is that if you're young, which the age range for this program is currently 18 to 26, and you're not strapped with a lot of debt that's going to kind of hold you back, you're going to be able to travel the entire country. This is one of the easiest ways to be a national resource and go pretty much anywhere, especially with a FEMA nationally declared emergency somewhere in the country. So if you're a young person, you really don't know what to do, and you just want to travel around, this is a really good program for you. The actual hiring benefits are a little bit all over the place, which is one of the downsides here, or potentially an upside depending on if you get lucky, which I kind of did. You don't really choose the sponsors or the benefits that you get unless you do FEMA Corps, in which case you're going to be working with FEMA for your entire service year, and you're going to get help applying to FEMA jobs. But outside of that, you can get help with FEMA hiring if there's a lot of emergencies that you're on. You could get a public land corps status, which is something that I got, which essentially helps you when you're applying to government jobs that are outdoors, land management based. Or a lot of what you're going to be doing is working for NGOs that are all over the country. So you might make no good connections, or you might be able to have somebody that you work with offer you a job. And I've personally known people that just drop out of the program, or right after the program go out and get jobs with one of their previous sponsors. But yeah, if you're out of college, unless you're looking to take a service-based gap year, this is kind of Russian roulette when it comes for jobs. But it's also the easiest program to get into, so pick your poison with this one. The second program that I'm going to go over is AmeriCorps Vista. If you're somebody that's looking to exit AmeriCorps and go into federal work after, this one gets a definite gold star. At the end of your term, when you do AmeriCorps Vista, you get NCE, or non-competitive eligibility. For a year or more, usually these things kind of expand over time when people realize that they're kind of pressing it with benefits. And this essentially allows you to get jobs in the federal government without having to compete with the general public and have to worry about an entire pool of people when it comes to jobs. And that could be literally anything. If you worked in land management, you can go into any agency. If you worked in a school system, it really doesn't matter. You don't have to do something relevant to the actual Vista that you did. Though it's probably smarter to pair your Vista experience with whatever you want to do in the future. Vistas are located everywhere. They're on college campuses, they're with NGOs, there's a ton of places that you can go with a Vista, and even if you don't end up getting a federal job afterwards, there's tons of stories about people, well, sometimes people not liking the Vista that they're at, but just completing their year, but also people having a Vista that they really like, finding a job that they're passionate about, and just picking up working after they're done with their service year. Pay gets another not really gold star, but it's not as bad as when it comes to NCCC. You won't be making a great wage. I don't even know if this comes up to minimum wage, honestly, but depending on your location, you're gonna make anywhere from 1.5K to about 2 point something K at the end of each month. And I'm gonna link the actual page where you can get all of these benefits and information, but they also help with relocation, housing, food, through SNAP, and all of that stuff. This isn't supposed to be a pros and cons list necessarily, but if I was to give this one a con, I would say it's just the fact that you aren't gonna get to really travel, you're not gonna be a national resource. If you're looking to do that with your service year, this one might not be the place to go to, but if you're a person that wants to develop professionally, this is a good route. The last one that's gonna be kind of a doozy, and I'm definitely not gonna cover the entire breadth of programs that this covers, because it's a huge umbrella, is AmeriCorps State and National. This is where you're gonna find your conservation corps, your more agency-specific jobs when it comes to federal jobs, state jobs, NGOs, all of that. Funding for these jobs can be honestly all over the place. You can go anywhere from having an AmeriCorps NCCC type of stipend for 13 weeks to almost a year, all the way up to having external funding and all sorts of other things going on and making honestly a decent wage off of doing this kind of program. So the first thing, and probably the most common type of program for people to be looking for, is those conservation corps. And depending on the kind of program that you're looking for and the type of thing that you want to get out of it, normally what people are going to do with this is they're going to be looking for a public land corps status because you're somebody that wants to work in conservation and work outdoors. Or if you're somebody in a place like the East Coast, something that you're going to find is conservation corps that are associated with your state government and might add some sort of benefit when it comes to applying to state government. It's really unfortunate because these are really common for people to do right out of college when they're 17 years old or 18 years old, and you'll normally get a really cool benefit, but you won't be able to use it because Public Land Corps, as it stands, is only for 24 months, I believe, after you're done with your program. But yeah, if you're somebody that's interested in AmeriCorps, that's awesome. It's a really great way to serve, it's a really great way to meet people and kind of expand the world as you know it. However, it's also a huge commitment, so I hope something in this video helps you make the most out of your service experience, get a job that you want in the future, because anybody that spends a year pretty much below minimum wage working for public service deserves to get a little something out of life. But I don't know, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about the video. Subscribe to my page if you like learning about nature and how to get involved in nature, and have a nice day.